Hey everyone, welcome to my very first video. My name is Gabe and I hope you're having an amazing day. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 simple, affordable DIYs for your fall decorations. I've had a couple of people ask me how I make them, where I get the supplies. By some people, it's probably my mom and maybe 2 friends, but being in quarantine, not really having much to do, figured why not film it and share with everybody. So if you do like fall decorations, affordable decorations, and easy, go ahead and keep on watching. So for the first DIY, I got some pumpkins from Dollar Tree and I did 2 coats of chalk white paint. I've heard Waverly is a brand, but I didn't know where to get it, so if you know, let me know. And for the stem, I did 2 coats of gold enamel paint. The first one really didn't shine as bright as I wanted it to, so that second coat really kind of pulled it together. So for the decorations on some of the pumpkins, I ended up using Dollar Tree leaves, and really didn't know how I was actually going to do it, but snipped them right in the middle and kind of just played around with it. And then I just kind of mixed and matched. I had some extra string, leather string from another DIY, and just kind of looped them through and then tied them to the stem on some of the pumpkins. And this is how they came out. I liked them. They're very minimal, but very simple. That's really more my style. So this is the second DIY, and this is my first centerpiece. All of the materials you see right here, I got them from Dollar Tree as well, or the Target, that $1 thing that catches you right when you walk in. So for this one, had no plan. I know I did wanted to take these leaves and cover the majority of that long bowl that I had. And then next I got the candles from Dollar Tree and the candle holders from Target, and kind of just put them in there a little symmetrical, put them on both ends. And here again, this is where I kind of get into kind of mix matching, moving things around, adding in, you know, the pumpkins. Wanted to make sure that I was able to put everything in where it just doesn't like spring out if I move it. So really try to tie these vines around and really try to hide them, and you could see they kind of stuck out, but try to cover them up to my best ability. And as you can see right here, just kind of putting in, trying to hide the vines as much as possible. The pumpkins really did help. Then I had these bigger leaves, kind of try to place them around just to give it that different texture, different color. And if you do know me, I do love glitter, so anytime I can put a little bit of glitter anywhere, I'm always down. So I found these pumpkins and just kind of placed them in there. Had the white pumpkins in there just to kind of tie it with the first DIY so it doesn't look all types of crazy. Then I found this cute little owl at the very end and kind of put it in there. Again, no rhyme or reason. You can start all over if you wanted to, but this was the end result. I did light the candles, but I don't recommend it just because it could catch on fire. But I liked how this came out, and for my first centerpiece, thought it looked pretty cool. And for the final DIY, I really do enjoy making wreaths. Don't even really know how I got into it, but it's just something that happened. But right here, this wreath kind of is very time consuming. You really have to just cut up all of the different types of material. I got mesh, tulle, ribbons, just kind of all different colors to kind of go for that fall theme. And as you can see here, it's a lot of cutting. I highly suggest you put on your favorite show or favorite podcast. I think I was listening to or watching Schitt's Creek during the majority of this. So yeah, it's just a lot of cutting. You'll see, try to be as organized as possible. The tulle, if the people you live with are not fans of glitter or little strings everywhere, try to keep as clean as possible, because yeah, things will go everywhere. So right here, again, I cut up ribbons. I got just kind of 3 different ribbons. I think I ended up adding some green ribbon that I just had. And basically, so what I do is I cut it or fold it in half, fold the tops or the ends in half, and then just cut at a diagonal, so it kind of gives you that ribbon shape. And to actually attach them to the wire wreath, I use pipe cleaners and just fold them in half. That way you don't have a lot of stuff sticking out in the back. I haven't had a problem getting them around. So yeah. All right, so again, I've had it where I have created kind of a certain pattern, so I'd keep the same color scheme. With this one, I just kind of want to go just a little crazy. So what you'll do is you just roll them up, and I do bundles of 3. And again, this is where you're going to be using all the different colors with the kind of the checkered, orange, the burlap. Again, no rhyme or reason. And then what I do is I'll take a pipe cleaner and just tie it around, and I try to get it as tight as possible. When you'll see to get it onto the wire wreath, the more you have in the back, the easier it is. The tulle, those are usually easier to tie to the back just because you'll have more to work with. But I tie it between the 2 middle rings and just tie it through and twist it, and there you go. And for each section of the wire wreath, I use about 8 or 9, just depending. And then you can kind of go back and fluff it. And just to show you again, this one, again, the mesh, it's just a little bit harder to tie around. Not harder, but just takes a little bit more. So if your fingers are fat like mine, you might have some trouble, but it should be good. And like I said, this takes a good while to do, so make sure you have that good television show on or a friend to talk with. Always good to call your family during this time, so perfect example. And then again, it does kind of get a little snagged on things, so that's, if you have your mesh with your tool, try to separate them, because then you'll snag the tool and it kind of looks a little But again, after you got all the bundles together, The rest of it is just a matter of putting it, attaching it to the wreath. And that's just one section. Like I said, I use about maybe 8 or 9 per section, and you see a lot of the loose strings coming everywhere. I'll just go through and trim that at the end. And this is just kind of an overview of kind of how it turns out. This is kind of just the base before you start adding any decoration. But like I said, no rhyme or reason, just kind of go with whatever feels good. And then this is just the final ending. I found this sign at Dollar Tree as well. The top part of the friends, it was like a blue, so I didn't like it, so I painted it black. And of course, I did go to Texas Tech, so wreck 'em, and just a little piece for the football season. Alright everybody, so that is the video. I really hope you enjoyed watching and got something out of it. I enjoyed making these. I'm from Texas and it is not fall weather outside yet, so being able to bring this in kind of really sets the mood for the rest of the holidays. So again, I'm gonna link my social medias below. I also have a blog out there that I'm gonna kind of revamp in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment if you want to see anything else or have any other questions. I'll definitely be glad to answer those for you. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.